Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Apr-8 and partners along with Bob Iacchino. Let's check in on Dashcoin. Dashcoin triggered a double here on this close on the 7th. It closed above the 304.42. We're watching also for 304.85. So essentially the 305 level. This closed at 307. Pulling back, nowhere near to stop. Turning back up, hitting the first level right now. And now pulling back, we're watching right now, we have a divergence pattern. This actually last push was very, very weak. Key support now coming in, bottom key support coming in about 302. Don't really want this to close below the rotation zone. If it does, then we'd be watching for a return to 296. And if that didn't hold, we'd be watching for a return to the most recent lows, which actually I slightly have to update this to that level right there. So that's what we're looking for in Dashcoin. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart still can't get the key close. Let me zoom in here. Still rejected from the 8. So we'll see if this can close above the 8 or not. If it's not as a good sign if it can't. It'd be better if it closed above the 8, then we could easily start moving up through these levels. It's so far been rejected from the 8, so that's a key thing to watch for. And if we do get above the 8, then you can see the next major target for the double is right at the 25% retracement from this last down move. Then above that, the decline of 21 is at the 37.5. Switching over to IOTA. IOTA also coming in, triggering a double, pulling back in the first cross rotation zone, moving up, hitting the first and second target, then closing back at the first target, now pulling back to the bottom of the rotation zone, right at key support right now, which is roughly 99.38. A close below there, then we'd be watching for a return to about 0.9691. And if we pull back below there, we'd be watching for a return down to the most recent lows. Let me actually update this. Also, this is the 12.5% retracement level. You can see that, so that's very key support. If we did break down, then we'd be watching for a return to these lows. Again, now another divergence in here, waning momentum already just after the first cross. That's not a terribly good sign. But stops raised and first profit target is hit. So that's really all we can do with IOTA. Let's check in on that ever important daily chart. Daily chart. Zoom in so we can all see it. All right. Let me zoom in a little more. So again, got above the 8 and then rejected. Cannot get a key close above the 8 yet, which is very important to sustain the momentum. So if it does, the 8's trading about 101 right now, so watch to see if this day can rally back and get a close above the 101. That would be much more beneficial for IOTA. If it doesn't, then again, we'll be watching for those levels I already mentioned. Let's just check in on Bitcoin really quickly. Bitcoin also has a divergence, higher high in price, lower high in the RSI, and couldn't even get to the 12.5 level, which is very weak right after a first cross the rotation zone. Right now, holding back its support, bottom of support coming in about 69.22. Do not want to see a close below this rotation zone. Otherwise, we'll be watching for a pullback to probably about 67.70. Then if that doesn't hold, then we'd be watching for about 65.84. Again, a lot of weakness coming in here. It should have been able to power up through this if it had any strength. Let's check in on that daily chart. So that daily chart, again, same story as with the other ones. Right now, we're trading right at the 8. Watch for where this closes in relation to the 8. If we can get sustained above that, that is a good sign. If it drops back down, that is not a good sign because it would not even really be able to sustain some of the levels it just rallied up to before, and then it's going to collapse down. And you still have this major selling pressure coming in before it can even get to the 71.50 level. So that's what we have for you on also the Bitcoin update. We'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.